Hello. Hello. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the stream. It's a pretty warm night tonight, so I assume that a lot of you aren't going to be here because you're out there enjoying the sun or the warmth or wherever it is you're doing things this evening. Hello, Mr. Tiawa. How you doing? Oh, and George has arrived as well. Good evening. Oh, seven watching. Bloody hell, that was quick. Hello. How is everyone? Wow, okay, that was it went from like one to lots of you in a very quick period of time. So, right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the stream, Mr. Tiawa. You were first here, so you get the first hello. I thought it was just going to be a nice, relaxing one. Actually, when I saw it was only one person in here, I thought that was me because I run the stream on a separate monitor, so I can just make sure that everything's running nicely. Well, okay, so let's not keep everybody waiting. Let's get straight into it. We're back in the dome. So I'm going to just quickly shoot on over here. So last time we kind of started a lot of the kind of internal structure. And I'm just currently working on... so I was going to do something like a skybox where I can kind of get like a couple of like the large monitors in and like have them go all the way across the ceiling of the build, but I thought that might be a bit too much work because I'd then have to get like I guess a time lapse of a sky going through and then hitting to like nighttime and stuff like that. So I thought that's a little bit too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm just boxing off this whole area here at the top so that I can then add some lights or something, or maybe put a gantry in, just kind of going with the theme that we worked on last time where it was kind of like a giant exhibit. And I just wanted to kind of seal off the mud pillars and stuff that's above us. It was kind of I wanted to keep them in at first, and the more I look at it, the less I liked it. So we are just going to kind of close it all off, have a nice kind of dark roof on here. That's it's just the standard shape pieces actually. So we're going to just bring these all the way along to kind of seal off the ceiling area here. And of course, we also squeezed in a little bit of a sloth habitat on the top of this as well. Like I've said, I haven't done anything else here, but I do want to show you a preview of Saturday's episode. So I'm quite excited about it. There's still quite a bit to do, but before we crack on with the kind of main bulk of building for today, we're going to just have a quick mosey on over to the... area. Now, it's very foggy in Arcadia today, so just as day breaks, but it is exact, Georgia, you called it. You were correct. I talked about this on stream last week. We're going to do like a huge research center. And it is going to house all of the exhibit animals currently in-game. And yeah, so... all of the exhibit animals, including the walkthrough exhibit animals that are in-game. I have managed to get breeding pairs in every single one of them. This week's episode is probably just going to be the outside of it, so I'm going to show you what's been going on so far. I've been working on this a little bit today, so we have three wonderfully large kind of domed sections here. And on top, I wanted to do something a little bit more kind of natural, so we've got kind of my take on the... conservation kind of prefabs that we get, kind of curved all the way up, and then some like ventilation ducts running through the top of it. And around the back, we're taking the eco idea that I had from the entrance where we do the little exhibit walkthroughs, and we're going to expand that all the way along here and have kind of like a load of foliage and plant growth and stuff in here. I've not done anything interior, so I'm going to show you the interior and you kind of get a bit of a feel for what it's looking like so far. But over here, we have my kind of solar panels. These are TV screens with a solar panel like thrown on top of it, just kind of like to give it a little bit of a texture. And then they're all linked up with like a power conduit type thing, kind of moving that electricity through. If we have a look over here, so because there are actually like seven current walkthrough exhibit species. So we've got the four butterflies. Then there's the what else have we got? Oh, I burped. I'm so excited. European fruit bat, the sloth, and Is there another one, or are there 5 butterflies? Anyway, we have 7 walkthrough exhibits in here. 7 walkthrough exhibits. So, one of them was here. This is butterflies. And then coming further in, we've got a load of staff facilities and stuff. More walkthrough things going all the way through. So these are kind of like combined habitats. You can see our butterflies are already in here. And then staff will come out. We'll have this nice big eco area here. And then a load of exhibits all the way along. One of each type. One of each exhibit animal that we have. And then through here we've got our sloths who are kind of coming in. And then European fruit bats there. There's 5 species of butterfly. So that's why I've kind of ended up with this odd number. And then through here, more butterfly houses, and then again, more staff. So we've got the glass flooring going on here as well. And yeah, it was Georgia. It was a burp of excitement. Oh yeah, the solar panel idea I think is amazing. I love it. It's been one of the best things I've done. Oh no. Oh, Tiawa, what a shame. How old was the giraffe? Had it been here a long time? And was it a good giraffe? I'd love to be able to keep on top of the animals I have in here, but there's so many now. I've not done any management for such a long time. But yes, anyway, we have all of this sort of stuff going on. It's looking really cool. Obviously, I need to do a little bit with the 13. Is that a good age for a giraffe? Where are they? Giraffe. Reticulated giraffe. Well, I hope you get many more giraffes in the future, Tiawa. Oh, poor Fred. What a shame. Oh, man. Well, it's never nice when an animal dies, honestly. It's always a tough one. But I do hope you get many more giraffes in the future. So before we kind of leave here, this is a lot of stuff that's going on. So yeah, we have the outside that's nearly finished. Then we'll be moving on to the interior next week, which will be a little bit of a nightmare. But to kind of cope with that, I have actually kept the roof section as a separate piece, which means I can move it. So let's get back over to the dome and do some more building. Right, so the kind of thing that I want to cover today is actually going to be focused heavily on the interior of the habitat. So what we are going to need to do when I can find my Asian water monitor, they've both gone for a swim, so we need to kind of have a look at what they require in terms of their environment. So they're Asian continent, and we'll go with tropical, I guess. They can have a fair bit of coverage, but we're going to need to watch out for that. And in terms of their terrain, less soil, less and more rock. Okay, so let's start working on the terrain now. And we can firstly paint the entire bottom of our tank with the rough rock. So a big rocky tank right at the bottom there. And just have a quick bring that terrain back up there. I think my size brush is huge. So yeah, it was huge. Okay, that kind of gets rid of a lot of the issues that they're having with a lack of, well, with too much soil, but we need more rock in here. Oh, Asian otter, Tiawa. I love the Asian otter. They're one of my favourites. They're so cute. Right, we've just about fulfilled the rock requirement here, so I'm going to just let this carry on all the way around, because what I want to do is I want to put a little bit more of the soil back in. So we'll keep expanding the amount of rock we have, and then we'll have soil in the little cave there. We'll keep the rock going all the way around here, and then it'll kind of go back to soil there, just so we can get the textures kind of merging together, so the rocks that we've placed down fit quite nicely with the rest of the kind of rock work that's going on there. And then we'll just lower the percentage on our brush just to finish it all off. Bit of rock coming back in, so we've got that nice kind of merging of the two textures. And then in here we can actually put in a little bit of grass, so I would like to have some grass in here. Please excuse the frame rate. It has kind of gone a little bit slower lately. It may be time to drop the graphics down a little bit, which wasn't something that I wanted to do, but we have to consider it at some point, I guess. But we'll carry on this grass going all the way along. So we've got a little bit of a merge with the rock there, but we need to be very careful that we don't go into too much of the rock requirement there. So we can actually just do some more rock on the outside. Then, of course, we end up covering some of these textures. And that does that. Okay, cool. Right, so Asian tropical. Right then. Time for some nature. So, we've got Attenborough's pitcher plant in here, which we can throw in. And that's definitely going to be seen in this. So, we can begin by putting in a few... obviously, we've got the basket ferns as well. They're going to be really cool to use. So, what I kind of want to do is, I want to grab... carry on this rock all the way along to cover up the entirety of the wall there. I don't know if Georgia has left or come back, or is she here, or she might be doing work. Right then. Now, we want to add it to the group here and hope that we can manage to snap it. So I'm going to turn off position snap. Actually, I don't want to add it to the group. I want it to be its own separate group. So we're going to just start building our rocks all the way around here. Just light adjustments, and what we'll do is we'll add the first of all, the cladding is going to go in, so that's absolutely fine. And then we'll duplicate our initial cladding that we've got there, and then we can merge these into a group, and that means every time we kind of want to come in, we can just edit this and then start adding our new nature pieces in there. And we're going to be using a lot of cladding to begin with because I want to make sure that we've got enough rock covering all of the surface of the side of the dome here. And then we can start putting in some more textured bits. Oh, no. Good luck with your presentation, Georgia. I'm sure you'll do absolutely fine. And then we'll continue to just expand the rock work here. I'm not going to be playing any other games tonight. It is literally just... Oh, speech and language presentation. Wow. That sounds pretty tough. Good luck with that. Yes, we won't be playing any other games tonight. It is literally just going to be Planet Zoo. And next stream is going to be some more 2 Point Campus. And then we'll just carry on putting things through. And then this should all kind of come together very easily once we get the basics in. And then we can just start building out like rocky platforms, starting to put in those hanging basket type things, and then eventually it will all come together very nicely. Obviously, if it's your first time seeing a live Planet Zoo build, it's very, very different from watching a speed build and stuff. You don't get a lot of the very quick things happening. It's quite a slow and tedious process, but we try to have a bit of fun while we're here. So if you are new to the channel in general and this is your first stream, welcome. Thank you for coming. And I hope we can all have a nice time tonight. It's a very warm day here in the UK, I will say. It's been nice to kind of finally see that spring or maybe even summer is coming. So it's going to be really good. I'm quite excited for the weather to get a little bit warmer, because it's been cold for far too long and it's been rainy for far too long. Yeah, Georgia, I agree. It's a little bit too warm to begin with. You like to have like a nice build up when it finally starts to get a bit warmer here, but no, we don't. We get like a day that's just a bit too warm before it starts and then it gets cold again. I do know Wales, yes. I like Wales very much. It's a lovely part of the UK. I mean, I've not been a great deal. I've been to Llandudno a few times. It's always really nice out there. And I've been to Cardiff. I went to the Doctor Who exhibition in Cardiff a very long time ago. I think that was back when Matt Smith was still the Doctor, and I've not really seen it since he quit. Um, but yeah, I do. I love Wales. I love the Welsh coast. Okay, right. Well, what I'll do, I kind of right. So I keep doing this, don't I? I keep saying I'm gonna do these little episodes where we go around and pick things that you want me to blueprint. But yeah, I think what would be quite good, what I'll sort of start doing is maybe putting in some of these rock walls and having them as separate entities, and then uploading these kind of prefab rock walls and things with foliage that's sticking out of it, and then we can, if that takes your fancy, if that's something that you'd like to kind of merge in. So yeah, we can do that. But yeah, I think we need rather than doing something that's a bit more build focused, we should definitely just kind of have a what would you like me to save as a blueprint for you episode, or a stream where we kind of do that. And I'll go back through all of the old zoos, I guess. And the thing is, because the crazy way that I build, I might have like a blueprint that I export, and you'll put it into your zoo and find that there's like half of it missing because it's actually saved as a separate blueprint. So I really need to get better at just making sure that my builds kind of have like a definitive start and end point, I guess. Like the buildings in Old Town, I think most of them are probably the closest I'm going to get to having a perfect blueprint for a build. It's been cold in Sheffield. Wow. Okay. So I think there must be a cold spot right in the middle of the UK today. Like, because Georgia's down south and I'm up north. So right in the middle, kind of around Yorkshire, must have got a cold front today, where we've all got nice warm weather. Well, I hope you get it a bit warmer tomorrow, Ian. There's absolutely no shame in relying on pre-made stuff. Honestly, it saves a lot of time. If I could do it and I wasn't such a stickler for, being me, I would use prefab stuff all the time. Like, I mean, you look at how far we've come, and I think we've been doing this little part of the build for about 10 minutes now, and all we've done is create a little bit of a sheetrock that we haven't even yet begun to expand. So I can totally see the appeal to just use prefab stuff, because if I wasn't creating content, I'd be doing exactly the same. Oh wow, is that very typical of Norwegian weather? I think it might be. I have a guildie in my Elder Scrolls Online guild who frequently updates us on the weather goings on in Norway, and it is always a little bit of a melting pot of different climates. So it's always interesting. It does. It does. But sometimes you've kind of just got to be happy with what you've got. I think that's the way you put it. It is a rather good looking sheetrock, and if our Asian water monitors like it, that's even better. I haven't yet worked out how I'm going to get my guests into this area. That's probably going to be the next thing we need to start thinking about as we kind of start working more intensely on the actual dome itself. But we can figure that out. It's not going to be too tasking, and we are almost at the doorway here, so it's not going to take us too long. Pandy, that sounds awful. Although I have to say, we did kind of have that here as well over the last couple of weeks before it finally got out in glorious fashion. But yeah, it was. We had a little bit of a troll from the weather in the UK as well, where they were kind of like, hey, it's now springtime for you. Enjoy. And then they pulled the rug out from under us, and it was freezing cold again. I think I had to wear my have my heated blanket on during the night time. I am a bit of a grandad when I come to sleep, but my girlfriend's got one of those weighted blankets, and it's like absolutely incredible. Like if I get one eventually, I'll be over the moon because they're very, very comfortable. And like at first I hated the idea of them because I thought, God, that's going to make me feel so restricted when I'm asleep. And then all of a sudden it was, nope, I am converted. Yeah, yeah, absolutely a convert here. I hated the idea of them at first, and then after, I think I had like a really bad migraine once, and my girlfriend just draped it over me, and I was like, yeah, okay, I see the appeal now. And that ends my TED talk on weighted blankets. Right. I've forgotten to put the Planet Zoo music on again, haven't I? So I'll sort that out in a moment. You're right, Pandy. Actually, the flat that I'm in at the moment, it's definitely it's old. It's like an old building, but yeah, they're still not really built to withstand cold or heat. Really, I think we're kind of just built. We build our houses for mild weather and just assume that it's going to be that way all the time. But yeah, our winters are getting harsher and our summers are getting more and more unbearable. So the reason I'm just making these really tight adjustments on this rockwork here is because I want the metal cladding to kind of come through. And obviously if we just duck through, it's poking through pretty nastily. And I've not kind of worked out what I'm going to do with the staff areas right now, so we'll come back to that. But you can see we've now got this really nice kind of rock formation just cladding the inside of the habitat. And we'll run that all the way along, probably just to the end here. We're going to leave this completely as it is with the white and stuff, but we'll maybe add kind of some sort of tropical facade on there. So rather than just using the plaster, we'll attach some stonework or something to it. Perhaps the new Indonesian brick. I just always like to have like this as my canvas and we're now painting on top of it. I say this a lot, but that's just kind of how I make sense of it in my mind. And I've just always found it to be the most effective way of building for me. So if you are kind of struggling to find your own kind of way of working within Planet Zoo, I would just advise you add more pieces than you need all the time because it always helps. And you can't go wrong with having a little bit more than you actually need because you can always take stuff away. But once you've got that detailing done and you're into the kind of nitty gritty of your build, there's not a lot of going back. That's what I was thinking, Ian. So we could change all of these pieces to a pale blue, just to give it a little bit more variation. So I think I'll maybe change the colours on them later on. But it's definitely worth considering because I don't want it to look dark all the time. Although what I would like to do is have a gantry that kind of drops down with loads of spotlights and stuff in, just really soft lighting. So I thought I'd try that with the darker... a false horizon on the back. That's a very good idea, actually. Yeah, I really like that. Maybe we'll take a screenshot of the skybox outside and then project that onto that back wall. And that would give us a little bit more of a... See, maybe not there, because maybe we could do it here. So, like, in this section here. And we can use the rocks to kind of frame it a little bit. That could work. That could work. And we could... Oh, you've given me a really good idea, actually. So if we can take... I'm just going to remove a little bit of the cladding here. Because yeah, that's given me a really, really good idea, actually. So thank you for that. So what we're going to do is, we are going to... Oh, opera cats. I like it. Right, so we're going to pull this all out. a little bit more. No, you've not complicated it at all. I think this is going to work really well. This is actually a very good idea. So what I'm going to do is, we're going to use this as a frame now, the rock work here. And then what we'll do is, we'll just pull some more along the top here. So we've got a top frame. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to grab like a sunrise scene of some description. What I like to do, though, is broken statue in the rocks, noted. We'll put that in when we go back to the waterfall. I like that idea as well. But yeah, what we'll do is, let me just quickly get these back in place so I've got a bit of a frame to work with here. Right, so we've got this in. Then, what I can do is, if we were to say, just pop up here, obviously the weather's not great in this sunrise scene, but what we can do is, we'll take a photograph of the horizon down, like, immediately behind where everything is. Then, we'll use some of the screens. So what we want is the projection screens. But we want to take some of just the smaller ones. So these, oh wait, no, they're screen panels, aren't they? These 2 by 2 meter panels, or the maybe 1 by 1 meters. And then what we can do is, we'll start making kind of like a little a panorama here of the horizon. And essentially what it'll be is, they are looking out through these rocks and they're seeing the horizon of some description. Let me just quickly tab out a second. Let's go to a different screen for a moment. I'm going to quickly grab something and I'm just going to show you what I mean. So if I just quickly grab something to go in as like a little bit of a placeholder so you can see what I'm trying to kind of communicate here. But I think this is a really good idea. Right, let's quickly just find a horizon picture. Yeah, I love cats and dogs. I've had cats in my family like all my life, pretty much. But I had my first dog, kind of my own dog, not too long ago, and kind of converted me into a bit more of a dog person. But my mum's just got a new cat actually, and she's adorable. Let me just quickly, I'm just grabbing a picture here before we go back into Planet Zoo. Let me just save it in the correct file when I find the Planet Zoo Frontier Developments, Planet Zoo, User Media. Oh, it would help if the file was the correct format. Wow. You guys got a lot of animals. Right, okay, I think I'm getting somewhere now. This is a great idea. But this is definitely something that I'm going to be doing off stream when I finally put it all together. And we'll have to, I'll just import it in when we actually come to do the next stream where we come into this build. Let's quickly go back to the correct folder, user media, horizon. There we go. That's where that's going. And then we can just jump back into Planet Zoo here. So I'm going to use a mixture of panels. It's a bit soft. Okay, thank you, Diz. Let me just turn myself up a touch. Hopefully that's better. And, oh, I just muted the wrong thing. And let's just improve my, there we go. Is that better? I hope so anyway. Okay, let's just grab a quick projection screen here. So, oh, that's too big. Let's just go with an 8-meter projection screen. Now, this isn't going to look correct at first, but we are going to just, this is just for example, just so I can kind of convey what I'm trying to create here. Now, we are a little bit hamstrung with the curvature of this wall, but we can make it work. It's, I mean, he says he can make it work, and then he gets thrown off by that annoying new, the new mechanic for adjustments and stuff. Right, okay, so this is kind of going to sit back, and then we'll sink it into the wall a little bit. And obviously, all of the rock work that we've done here, we can just bring it forward. And then just sink it back ever so slightly. Okay, right, that's kind of getting there. If it wasn't for that metal beam, it would be okay. Right there. Okay, so what we then do with this is we just open up the screen. Let me just get onto the screen here, and then we go to our custom media. And if I can just find the thing that I've put into this. Where was it? What was it? It was, I called it, it was just Horizon Red. So then we have something like this. And obviously, we're not going to just use this. But it would be a different picture spread out over a few of the smaller projection screens so that we can tailor it and have it fit in a little bit better. So effectively what we're creating is like a nice backdrop for our animals and guests, so they will look through and you'll have that sort of stuff on the horizon, but it would carry on all the way around, so it creates like a nice panoramic view of this wonderful horizon. But yes, we're not, it's not a beach. So like, for example, if I can find like a basic, like we've got, oh, that's a giant iguana looking into the habitat. But yeah, if we can find something that works, it would just be me finding a brand new... But yeah, I hope that makes sense, and we can make something happen in there. Because at the moment, I don't actually have anything to throw in. So what I'll do is I'll leave it at that horizon that I'd put in place. And that's what we can work towards, having kind of like a nice panorama going all the way around and just little cracks in these rocks. Obviously, I want to put in foliage and stuff, so it may not go all the way, but if we can do it like where guests can see in, they're then going to get that kind of nice horizon or whatever in the background. So I think that's probably the way we're going to go. I think that's a really good idea. So thank you to Ian for that one. That's really helpful. It's going to give us a little bit more variation in the actual build as well, which is really fun. So we're just going to continue on with this rock formation, and then bear that in mind when I'm kind of moving these rocks into position, that we're going to try and put in some more horizon-based stuff going on. So we can have a little bit more freedom with leaving gaps and stuff. And again, it doesn't have to be... Ah, Wolfie. Hello, Wolfie. Welcome to the stream. So we'll... again, with the horizon that we're going to be using, we don't actually need to have, like we've got here, we've got little cracks in the rocks kind of showing through. And what might be a good idea, actually, before I carry on, is just grabbing the whole rock section, if my game lets me, because it seems to have given up. There we go. Right, if we can just pull this ever so slightly forward, like that, I guess, then go back to the group and edit, and then we can push the screen back a little bit further so that the rocks frame it a little better. Yeah, that works. Cool. Right, so now we can carry on with the edit. And again, just making sure that we're leaving gaps as we go round. You have certainly come at the right time, Wolfie. Rock work is ongoing. We're continuing with the habitats for the Asian water monitor. And then, yeah, we'll get that sorted. And I think it might be a good idea to actually throw in some of the screens just so I've got an idea. I don't know what's happening. I've lost control of the chat. What's going on? Oh, okay. What happened there? Let me just... There we go. Just flushing the chat. I have no idea what happened there. It looks like our chat widget had a bit of a nightmare. Anyway, carrying on. Yeah. In, out, clean chat. We're ready to go. So, moving on. We just continue with these rocks. Again, changing the cladding up every now and then so that we're all looking pretty good. So what else has been going on in the world of you lot? What's happening? Oh, that's what happened. Right, okay. Well, try to keep it in next time. Okay. I did actually have my... I had one interview, Georgia, on... when was that? I think it was Tuesday. No, it was Thursday. Last Thursday. And they offered me a placement straight away. Like immediately after the interview. So I was really chuffed with that. That was a nice surprise. I'm very glad to have provided a welcome distraction for you. Oh, wow. Well, yeah, you are right. That makes it no less stressful, Pandy, but I'm glad he's doing well. Yeah, it's 90 is a ripe old age, so I'm glad he's doing okay now. But yeah, it's always a little bit of a stress when things like that happen. Yeah, sending love as well, Pandy. I hope everything is okay and they continue to improve. One of the things with live chats. Oh, look at that. We're almost at the actual the waterfall now, so yeah, yeah, this is what we want. This is what we want. No nonsense, just everyone having a nice chill time. That's exactly what I'm looking for. So keep that up. Props to everyone for maintaining that as well. It's really nice to see. And also, props to everyone for coming to the stream. Oh, God. Where are you going, Rock? Come back. Right, there we go. So now we're forming up what's going to be a really nice long horizon. And what I'll do is I'll probably kind of look at just where our guests can basically see, and that's where the detail is going to start sorting itself out. So if we can like just carry on this rock work all the way along here, we then kind of fill that in, and we can make a few adjustments just to make sure that everything's looking good, and fill in the last bits of the horizon section that we're going to put in. So it would be nice to have it kind of come down a little bit so we can see a little bit more of it on one side. And then we'll just duplicate and move these into position. And that's actually going to give us quite a little bit of space to work with. You can see out the back there, there's a great deal in there that we can work on. So let's quickly grab this projection screen again. And if we just move this along, we can then kind of bring it closer. Oh, my God. Don't you just hate it when something tries to force an update on you and then just like throws you off your screen? So if we get this projection screen now and just kind of sink it into the rocks so that it's just behind them. It's usually a bloody Windows update that does it. But no, it wasn't. It was... I think that was my Razer Cortex. So I'm basically duplicating the single image that we've got there. So this isn't going to look amazing, but if we can find something that's going to help fit everything together. Obviously what you're seeing right now isn't going to be the finished image because we want to find like a nice long panorama and stitch them all together so we have this thing that goes all the way around. So what I'd be looking to find is like a really nice long panoramic shot of a horizon that we then run all the way around here. So it's looking a little bit more like a full kind of wide picture. And I think that'd be a really nice idea. It'll give us some sort of structure to the whole thing if we can get it matched up properly. I think this end, I think it's going to stop here because that's too much to fit in. So we can do that, and then we can maybe just take out a little bit more here and have the screen like continue. I'm just going to rotate a couple of these so it's not obviously the same rock. But as you can see there as well, we've now got a little bit more of an idea of where the screen actually ends. So we can really get a sense of what the pattern's got to look like. I'm glad you've had a new baby come along. Yeah, my camera is supposed to be showing. It certainly is. Oh, that was a big rock to take away. So I think we'll end it there. And I'll just duplicate these pieces and bring them down. Right, there we have it. Now, if we move this screen a little bit further out, we should be able to get this lined up a little bit better. And actually what we could then do, rather than using a mix of different like screens, we can actually just use these big ones and fit them in a bit easier. It's a little bit less work, and it saves a lot more time in the edit, in the creation of the whole thing. And we can actually just match these up pretty easily. And again, it just saves a lot of time in the process of it all. Now, I've got something there that's poking through. I'm not quite sure what that is. But we'll just bring the rocks down a little bit further to cover it up. I think it's actually part of the metal that's actually in there. And then these final pieces here, we'll just duplicate again, just to bring them all into position. I'm glad you support less work. That's what I'm after. People who support less work is always a good thing. So it just means that come next stream, I'll hopefully have this horizon put in. And we can actually just see it all in action. And now, what would be really nice is... So that's essentially what we're going to be looking at. Obviously, it's two images there. We can add more rock work to it to frame it a little bit better, because as you can see, there's poking through going on here, which is not great. So if we just grab the stuff that's at the top of the frame there, we should be able to just pull them all forward. So these pieces to start with, we'll just pull forward. I've managed to ungroup something at some point, and it's causing a little bit of a disruption to the whole thing, which is not great. But if we just pull forward a little bit there, that works. And then this piece here, we can just bring forward a touch to like match it up a little bit better. Pull that around, there we go. And then this section here will come forward as well. Just so that it's not an obvious clip that's happening. And then these sections, of course, we're going to bring all of these down. And as you can see, they go right behind. So actually what we can do is we can actually start putting in some of the thicker, larger rocks. And once this backdrop's finished, we can then start working on the actual interior of the habitat. Yes, Tiawa, it's the Asian water monitor that's going in here. That came out with a new tropical pack. It's already in here somewhere. It's just hiding while I build around it. Right, there. That kind of starts us off. So we've got this area now kind of under construction. And now this horizon, we can add in our custom kind of painting. Let's just double check that I've not eaten into the Asian water monitor's habitat. Still got plenty of space there, so that's really good to see. And that's a nice bit of lag for us there. Asian water monitor, that's what we're putting in here. Right, next then, let's go back over to our group edit. Hopefully, we're not going to have any more issues with lag and stuff. Now, we want Asian and tropical stuff, and we're going to grab the basket ferns, and we'll start putting these in. Now, before I do that, though, I think we need to do more rock work. We've got to get this finished. So let's just move back over here, putting in our tropical rocks, just to give us some shelves and platforms to attach our greenery to. And I think I'll also put the actual Planet Zoo music on, so I forgot about that. And I'm getting very quiet, concentrating on things. So my apologies to everyone in the chat. Yes, it is in the dome, Pandy. We are still in the dome. See you later, Tiawa. Thanks for coming along. Right. Before I do anything more, let's get some music on. Because there's a lot of nothing going on at the moment, and we could do with just a little bit of a musical accompaniment. Right. So. And again, we continue building up the rocks, because that's all I seem to do on stream. I'm gonna have to rename the channel LJRockwork.tv, whatever the hell. I don't know. Well, welcome back. That was quick. Ah, there we go. Now the music started. Happy days. Right. Rock placing simulator. Okay, this little side section, I'm going to consider that complete for now. And we'll start putting some foliage in, just so you've got a bit of an idea of what it's going to look like when we start putting a little bit more of the extensive foliage work in. So these basket ferns I've been waiting to use for quite some time. They look incredible, and I'm really looking forward to adding these in, because they seem to fit real nice just on the sides of rocks and stuff. You got little bits just sticking out the top there. And they seem to sit on the edge of rocks really nice, because they've got that little tuft on the top as well. So you can actually create like a little bit of a scene with them and have them pouring over the sides of your rock work. Well, this is actually week 3 of the dome. So yeah, a lot more than a week. Although this is the first habitat in the dome, but this is week 2 of it. And because it's just a live build, it is going to take a lot longer than usual. But yeah, my last build took 2 weeks to complete. So yeah, it is especially kind of when you don't have a great deal of time to put into it. You know, if you're working or have a load of other things on in life, it certainly does take a lot longer than a week to do a habitat. Oh yeah, it's definitely worth it. Absolutely worth it. If you've got the time to put into it, it is totally worth it. But yeah, I would like to have a little bit more time to sit back and just have a look at the zoo itself. I always have these intentions to kind of be like, we're now going to do like a year in the life of this zoo, and it never happens because there's just so much going on and so much to do. So, how do these actually lie? Yeah, okay, so they lie like that, right? So we'll just prop that one up there and have it sink down a touch, and then we can pull it in a little bit more. Right, okay, I've just realised I'm going to have to just change this audio a little bit, just to drop it down so that it's not interfering too much with my dulcet tones. Hi, Nikki. Welcome. Good to have you back. We're just getting started on some intense foliage work. So thanks for joining. I'm going to put, of course, the usual strangler fig roots need to go in here. I probably should have done a grasslands one rather than a tropical one, but meh. We've committed now. We're not turning back. Now, what else can we put in? So the custard apple trees I really like. The small one, you can just sink it right into the ground, and it makes quite a nice bush. Oh, hi, Gavin. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for coming along. If at any point you get bored and you've never watched a Planet Zoo live stream before where building happens live, it can get quite boring. So if you have anything to contribute to the chat, do speak up. It's absolutely fine. Everyone in here is really nice. They're very talkative, and we've been doing this for quite a while now. So yeah, if I happen to miss anything in chat, I will catch you up eventually. You'll just see my concentration face a lot, which tends to look a lot like this. If I just and then the mouth kind of opens a bit wider as well, and then so yeah, you're going to see a lot of that in the bottom right of your screen. Welcome. Thank you for coming along. It's good to have you here. It's always nice to see new people coming into the streams. And at the moment, if anyone else is new here and you're watching the stream for the first time, I'm just going to come back out and we'll just show you what we're working on in the zoo in general. So this is the dome. The dome is a huge multi-species habitat biome within this zoo. I'm aiming to fit about 18 species into here across 10 habitats, so there's going to be a lot of mixed-use species. And yeah, Pandy's exactly right. Foliage work, strangler fig strangling, moss fine stone, tune in. Yeah, right now this is exactly what's happening. So on the top of this, we've got a brown-throated sloth habitat. That's going to allow guests to walk around to there, and then they'll come down. And in this area is actually a giant exhibit. So I wanted to kind of create like something completely indoor here. And it's for the Asian water monitor. And we're starting to just build up on some light foliage and stuff here. That's then going to take place around the whole habitat. So just using some of the new pieces that we've got. But it's all very slow work at the moment. So yeah, that's what's going to be happening right now. And I'm just trying to make sure what plants we can put down here. So obviously the pitcher plant is going to have to go in at some point, but I don't know where we're going to put it, because right now it's all about bush work and making sure that we're getting a nice kind of coverage. Of course the scaviolas are going to be used. Why wouldn't they? So let's get some of them in, some of these bad boys in. And the thing is, because we've got the these ferns here as well, we can combine the two of these together really nicely. And that was actually an effective use of the new movement tools there as well. I don't know if you caught that. That's probably the first time I've used them without, like, purposefully used them. Has anyone else found with the new movement tools, you're just kind of accidentally grabbing the axis movements and then just messing things up massively? Because that happens to me at least 3 times every minute when I'm building, and it is an absolute nightmare. So there goes some scaviolas, and then we'll move the basket ferns around as well. I understand them, but I don't use them a lot. It would be nice to be able to like just toggle them off altogether, so that we didn't have the option to use them at all. They're a good concept, and I can see them being used really effectively. But I've had some issues accidentally grabbing them. But stuff like this, if you want to move them forward and backwards at the same time, or forward and left at the same time, really useful. That is not strange at all, Ian. I know quite a few people who like to watch the builds in the game that are just kind of general animal lovers, and just like to see them being built. Yeah, I don't think that's strange at all. Yep, I do it with a lot of games too. There's a load of games that I don't actually own and will never own, like, you know, console exclusive and stuff. I don't actually have a modern console anymore. So the last console I actually owned was an Xbox 360. So you can see how far off I am for that. So a lot of like console exclusives or stuff that has a timed release before it comes out on PC, I will watch people play through it. Like Horizon Forbidden West. Horizon Zero Dawn, actually, I hadn't watched a lot of that either, and it finally came out on PC, so I bought that and played it. And then, yeah, so Horizon Forbidden West, I've seen a little bit of playthroughs on that, but I actually don't own it. So it's, yeah, it's nice. It's going to be a long time before Horizon Forbidden West comes out on PC, so yeah, I don't think it's weird at all to watch something that you don't actually own, especially in games, because a lot of this stuff, it's become very cinematic now, I think, video games, especially story-based ones. It is literally like watching like a film. And if you kind of vibe with someone who's playing a game and their commentary's good, like me. No, not really. It's good to watch them play through a game that you might have interest in. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's kind of the natural progression of it all. People have been watching zoo games like Zoo Tycoon and stuff, which was popular. I owned Zoo Tycoon, and I thought it was really cool. And then Roller Coaster Tycoon, Theme Park World, all of that sort of stuff, and it just leads you to the kind of more modern versions of it, I guess. Um, and also helps you discover new games as well. Like 2 Point Hospital, I'd been waiting for such a long time because I played Theme Hospital as a kid, and like hearing that a lot of the original Bullfrog team were behind it. Um, I'm glad you like my commentary. I like it, otherwise I wouldn't be doing it. But yeah, I mean, especially on the live streams at the moment, I tend to stumble every now and then and forget that I'm supposed to be commentating on something. But it's always fun. It's all good fun in the end. And we put some fountain bamboo in here. I keep forgetting, like I'm saying, I haven't been talking about what I'm doing right now, but we're just combining a load of different foliage here just to build out the profile of the space, I guess. And once we get a little bit more done, we'll be putting in some mossy rocks and stuff. And obviously we've got these, once again, scaviolas going in. It's a little bit different to working with an outdoors habitat, doing this whole indoor building thing, though. So it's something that I'm trying to be a little bit more aware of. And I'd like to mix up the profile that we've got going on here by putting in a few more nice-looking, colourful plants. But because we're building on angles and stuff, it's quite difficult. So we do have to fit those in areas like this one. Ooh, what is this? A tetrastigma vine. That's new. Okay, they're pretty cool. I like them. Again, I'm discovering new stuff. Oh, Minecraft, yeah. I played Minecraft, when back in the alpha phases and stuff. And now I don't play it, but I watch a lot of people still building those massive creations and stuff. And yeah, so that is a perfect example of a game. Enjoy your coffee, Diz. Oh, I like these little tetrastigma vines. They're really cool. So if we can have them kind of crawling up a little bit, we'll be able to make something pretty cool with that. But I don't know if that's going to be possible. They look like they just kind of sit around the base of trees. So that's something that we can use later on. That's really useful. Good to know. But I want to put some colourful plants in. Now, the Rafflesia, I do want to put these in. So we need to find something. Now, did you know that they only grow on a certain type of tree? So you need to have that tree in as well. And I don't know what tree it is, so we're not going to put one in yet. But right, we'll put these cordyline plants in because they're a nice red colour. So we'll just sink these in a little bit there. Just to add a little bit of a pop of colour to this initial foliage decoration. And again, the fountain bamboo build up there is pretty good as well, but we can do with a few century plants just going in as well. And it's more texture than anything, so put a large, just sticking out. You just get that little bit of a leaf. Yeah, that is a shame. I don't even know if the actual tree that they grow on is in the game. But I think down here is a perfect little place to have one. Do we put a large one in? Yeah, that looks pretty good. And you can see now it's starting to kind of build up a little bit more. Yeah, you're right, Pandy. It does leave a little bit more room for creativity, especially not everybody does the whole hyper-realism thing. They like to just put their plants in, and I think that's cool as well. So I can see why they've not had it as a complete package. So, and again, I like to have an element of realism in the builds, but there comes a point where you kind of have to go, this is suddenly unrealistic, and I don't mind. Now, the Titan, It takes up half of the damn habitat, so we can't put that in. Right, what else can we throw down? Now, I did want to put in the pitcher plant. So we could put a couple of these up top here. I'm going to put a large pitcher plant in right there, just on the edge of that rock. And then we can add the flower. Now, I'm not sure how the flower attaches. Is that the stem there and the flower's just kind of... I don't really know. Right, let's just reset to the world axis there. And it somehow, when it goes on the reset to the world axis, it decides that it wants to be upside down completely anyway. So, a 10 p.m. coffee. Right then. Yeah, I'm struggling with a pitcher plant. I'm going to take that out for now. We'll come back to pitcher plants and have a little look at how they kind of all go together. But we can put in these nice ferns again right along the top there. And then right at the very top, we're going to use some liana vines just to really finish it all off. So they will just hang down from the ceiling. And we'll put slight rotations in as we come round. And I guess the great thing about this one being a completely enclosed habitat is we can play around with vines and stuff hanging from the actual ceiling itself. So that's kind of like it. Yeah, it's exactly like Bellsprout. That's what I was thinking of. Okay, so that's a nice little scene that we've got started there. And then we just need to find a way to carry that on all the way around, then get the horizon in the background, and we can come up with some really nice little bits and pieces and stuff to just really finish it all off. Now, mangrove apple trees would be a good one to put in. But yeah, we can have these liana vines hanging from anywhere now. Like, because we've got this enclosed space, we can just attach them to the ceiling and have them coming down into the habitat. Oh, yeah, yes, you're right. Georgia will explain what trypophobia is. But yeah, I can imagine that setting that off. Absolutely. Now, our next step then. Let's just have a quick look at our Asian water monitor again and just see how they're doing, because we can't put too much in the way of coverage here. They can get up to about 50%, I think. I'm not zooming. I won't zoom anymore. Now, let's just take a look at what coverage they've got in terms of their... Something's going wrong in the zoo. We've got a couple of low welfare animals, so... God, I don't have time to be dealing with any of that right now. But, let's have a look. See, they've lost a little bit of navigable land area. We are going to have to be careful of that. And just make sure that we're not eating into that any further. So let's carry on moving stuff around. And we're just going to continue with this rock structure, just moving further along. And it'll end there. And then continue coming further around. And again, this is just the same rock, so we're just playing around with rotations and just making sure that it's varied within the habitat. We don't want to cause too much of a similarity between all of these textures and things. And there we go. That's just me misusing the new tool. You're going to see that a lot. Let me just find another rock. Now, I haven't forgotten about the mossy stuff. We're going to be putting some of those in as well, just to finish everything off. And I would quite like to just put a larger rock in here. And then this one. Will come in here, just sticking out a touch. Like that. Then we just want to kind of repeat the same foliage patterns. So I'm going to start, and I'm going to try and do this as best best I can, explain things as we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with some of these strangler fig roots. We're just going to put a few of them in. Just sticking out over the background of stuff. Various angles. Oof. That's a tough one, Ian. Good luck. And thanks for stopping by if you are heading off soon and I do miss it. Thank you. So, Nikki, the back wall is, at the moment, it's a projection screen. It's got a basic image in there at first, but what's going to be happening is I'm going to put in some new images of like a nice horizon, and it's essentially just going to form up like a fake backdrop for the whole location. And yeah, I just thought it would add... Well, it was actually Ian's idea. I'm not going to take credit for it. It's just to add a little bit more of a theme to the whole habitat. So kind of like a larger version of when you have your exhibits in Planet Zoo, you can have a backdrop that's like a 2D or a 3D scene. And yeah, so we're just importing like a custom image into that. At the moment, it's the same image repeated. But if I can find a really nice high quality backdrop, we'll be using that instead and just splitting it over the 4 different images. And what would have been nice is if I had a super widescreen video of like a time lapse. We could actually use the video import feature for Planet Zoo to have a moving time lapse that goes by on a day-to-day basis, so we can have a day-night cycle within the habitat. But that would be crazy, absolutely crazy. Oh, Pandy. You know, that's pretty much what I would end up doing, to be honest. The good coffee is not in my house. In fact, the last time I ended up buying good coffee, I accidentally bought decaf, and I was like, well, what the hell was the point? I've got a coffee machine. I've just not bought coffee for it for a long time. So, yeah, that mine would be exactly the same. Cheap, instant, and not a nice kind either. Just whatever I can get my hands on. But yeah, misread the package and bought myself some decaf coffee by accident, which was the worst decision. And you know when you want the coffee for the caffeine hit and you look and it's decaf. Damn. But yes, it would take a long time to do something as heavily customized as that. Now, this tree, I always like to use this, but I think it's a little bit too big for what we've got going on in here. So we'll use a few tree ferns instead and just have them kind of poking out. Just to add some nice texture from the leaves in. And then I guess we can put this in now. I'm going to put it in like right here. Right on the corner. Right on the edge there. It does eat into the rockwork a touch, so I'll try and bring it out a little bit so that we've got the full... There we go. And then we'll just move a Scaviola bush just to cover up the joins there so it doesn't look like it's growing on a rock, which would not be law appropriate. There we go. Oh, yep. I do like... Oh, yeah, the instant lattes are pretty good. I have them at work sometimes. I like vanilla rooibos. That's a nice tea that we have here in the UK. I enjoy that. I like that we're now just talking about our favourite hot beverages. Well, Pandy, I guess I'll die on that hill with you. I don't actually mind cheap instant coffee, to be fair. It gets the job done. It gives you the caffeine hit that you need to push on until you get something a little bit more upmarket. So, yeah, I don't mind a good instant coffee. But, yeah, I do really like... I like a good filter coffee as well. So we're starting to see something really nice coming together in this now. And I just want to put a small fountain bamboo in. What's the other bamboo that we can have? Because the fountain bamboo is really quite out there. Ah, the Bengal bamboo. So if we put some of this in, that's very tall. Do we have a shorter one? Where have you gone? Come back. Now that goes right up to the top. Is that going through? It is going through onto the path. I thought the Bengal Boo was a bit... Bengal Woo? Who's Bengal Woo? Hello, Polly. Welcome to the stream. You're never too late to join. You've missed the boring rockwork, so you've actually come at the right time. Do we have just some, like... I just want a shorter bamboo strip that I can put in. The fountain bamboo's got too much on the top of it. And the stems aren't thick enough. I'm half tempted to just rotate the Bengal bamboo, but we know that it kind of goes into a point right at the very beginning of it. I just wanted something to kind of wrap around the front of this rock here. And I don't want to use Scaviola, so don't suggest that. Lipstick palms? They'll do the job. They look pretty good, but what about a shorter one? Do we have a shorter one, or are they all, like, hugely tall? See, this is the problem that we're now kind of running into with what we're building here. It's... we can't fit a lot of the larger things in. I guess we'll just go back to the basket ferns, then. Yeah. Like, banana palms could go in, but... I think we'll go with this. I mean, why not? They do look really cool. They're a really nice addition to the game. They give you a lot of texture. And they fit really well around rocks. So if you have the tropical pack and you're looking for some foliage just to throw in a pinch to give your rocks a little bit of framing, I would thoroughly recommend these pieces. Well... Nikki, I try to say the names of the foliage, especially the ones that I use regularly. But I was I was pronouncing liana vines wrong for probably about 6 months. I was calling them lava vines, and I was like, well, lava vines don't even exist. See you later, Ian. Thanks for coming along, mate. But this is looking a lot better. And again, we'll continue the liana vines on further along. And I'm going to put another Rafflesia in. But I won't zoom this one in. We'll just try and position it correctly, nice and quick, so that it's out of the way and we don't have to come back to it. There we go, that goes in, that's nice. And then I'll put a couple of liana vine curtains just attached to these rocks, but hanging down over the rocks, so that they kind of cover that a little bit. You're very welcome, Georgia, no problem at all. So they just drape down a little bit over the screen. If we can just get a few more of these in. Nah, that's going to stick out too much. But, I mean, like a couple there just dotted in, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. And then again, we'll grab the bigger vines here. Swing it around. And then we'll just take it all the way up to the ceiling there. Yes, that is the that's the giant one is the stink flower or whatever it's called, the death flower, because it smells like death, rotting meat. I think it smells like. That's what. Okay, now at the back there, I'd like to put in something. We need something up here, so this is probably going to be like moss. At the top there. So if we get our mossy rocks, not the dynamic one though, because they don't adhere very well. So if we take the mossy rock cladding here, and then we start sinking this in, it'll then create a little bit of texture in between all of these rock surfaces that we've got in here. Oh, really? Wow, Wolfie. I mean, I don't envy you having to smell it, but like as an experience, I think that would be pretty cool. Like I, you know, as like a once in a lifetime thing, I think you can cope with just smelling it the once. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe lucky's not the right word. I think you're right there, Pandy. I take back my original phrasing. Once in a lifetime is definitely the correct phrase then. Okay, so I think that's a nice little bit of moss coverage going on there. And you can see we're getting a really nice little scene being built here. And once we get that backdrop in, hello Mischief Frost, welcome to the stream. So once we get the backdrop in there, that I think is going to look really nice. I'm quite liking this so far. Obviously there's still a lot to go. We actually need to decorate the internal structure with foliage too. So that's something that we're going to have to be careful of. I think all that's going to be left to do for the actual foliage of the background, though, is this little section here going towards the water. Now, we are going to need to put some underwater stuff in here. If we just have a look down below, it's very boring and drab down here. We haven't even finished the rock work going there. Welcome back to our... And then we'll continue this... First person to type in chat what we're about to do. What's everybody's favourite work? I'm waiting patiently for my answer. There we go, Pandy. You got it in one. Oh, dear. I'm going to carry this on all the way around. In fact, I wonder if we can make it so that our Asian water monitors can actually use this as a... They might not even be able to get up to it, but if they could get up and walk along this little rock pathway here to the edge of the water, it's like another little bit, and it might actually increase the... Fantastic. Well, we're certainly building up a little bit of a playlist for our building, aren't we? Right. Right, we've brought that up so that it matches quite nicely. I don't think the Asian water monitor are actually going to be able to use it, but it would be quite nice if they could. We can always build some sort of walkway for them, but I'm not looking to do anything extensive in terms of that. Well, the important thing is getting the foliage and stuff put in now. And if we can just adjust the rocks slightly as well here, so we've got a bit of a ledge on which to build some more and plant a little bit more foliage, we'll be able to create some really nice effects. I think this time we're going to use some stalagmites or stalactites, or we'll use the cladding pillars. Actually, I'm going to use the cladding pillars because I really like using these. And if you don't have certain expansion packs unlocked, you won't actually have access to the stalagmites and stalactites. So I'm going to use some rock work pillars here to create some little patterns, and then we're going to add some roots and stuff to them to finish it all off. Well, that's a good point, Pandy. We could do that. We could just keep using that same image. I'll maybe try it, and if I can find something, you know, we could mix and match, I guess, and see what's available to us. I'm just feeling at the moment that's a little bit too... Although I don't actually know. I think maybe if we just adjust the Actually, where we have this join here, it doesn't look too bad until you kind of get up close to it. I wonder if I could stretch this image or find something similar with similar colours and use that instead. But I hadn't actually thought about keeping it. So it's good that nobody else notices it and it's only me. So I'll definitely consider keeping this one. But I do like the colours, and I think they'll fit in really nicely, especially when we end up putting in the lighting and stuff on the top, because I'm going to build like a nice little lighting gantry going all the way along. And if I can just find a smaller tropical rock here, we're going to sink that into the side there, just to close this little patch off. Yeah, you're right. The bright orange does work really well. So if we can find another nice bright orange sunrise or sunset, I think that'll help it pop. I wasn't actually thinking about using something that was orange, so it's quite nice that this was just the random image that I picked, because it's led me to a discovery that I'm really quite happy with. Yeah, I've definitely got a good force there. So probably as the streams grow in popularity, we'll definitely be looking to bring in like moderators and stuff. I just don't know how any of that side of live streaming works at the moment, but it's something that I will explore. Same with like Discord and stuff. But yeah, we've got the OGs, and you guys, there's mod spots for you if I eventually get round to doing it. Obviously, it all works a little bit differently from Twitch. It's pretty easy to set that side of things up on Twitch, but I don't plan on going over to Twitch or Kick or any of the other ones. So it's all YouTube for me, really. I don't see the point in dividing a fan base. I used to be in a lot of kind of, when you're first starting out, you kind of look to find like-minded creators and stuff, and I was in a few kind of groups and made some connections with other people who were getting into this sort of stuff, and it kind of all, they were like, oh, I'm not getting the views on YouTube and all of this sort of stuff, and then ended up going over to Twitch, and now their channels that were like posting long-form content on YouTube just became dumps for shorts and stuff, and I'm like, you've divided an entire group of people. So for me, it's all about being here. And the only time I'd ever do it on another one, it would be like, I'd multi-stream. So I'd stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. And again, but that kind of brings in the whole argument over how do I actually manage it. I'll never, ever stream on Kick. I have no intention of doing it. I think it's a terrible platform with some really shady business practices. I don't want to get into the politics of it all or anything, but yeah, it's not for me. Kick and Twitch, has come in for a lot of criticism lately with the way that it's kind of dividing things in terms of its monetization and changing the way that the platform works and pays creators. Whereas YouTube's kind of always been what you see is what you get. Oh, Georgia, I wouldn't even bother looking into it. It's not a very nice platform. It's basically funded on the back of like a gambling site, and they are paying their creators a lot of money. The split's really good for them, but it's literally just a means of enticing them away from other platforms. And if you know anything about the streamers that are regularly getting like negative press and everything, they all stream on Kick. They've moved to Kick, basically. So that's kind of why. But I started on YouTube and I plan on staying on YouTube. And I'm as well, Pandy. You are right. I've seen a lot of streamers move from Twitch over to YouTube because of the way that Twitch is starting to treat its streamers. The only time I actually use my Twitch account is to get free drops from ESO when I remember to actually tune into them. I forget to tune into the live streams all the time, so I miss the drops anyway. But yeah, I'm not really bothered. It's hard enough to keep up with things on YouTube than to kind of start dividing your attention between multiple platforms. So I'll pass, thanks. And like, what happens if I have people here who like coming to these streams who don't actually have Twitch and they have to miss streams because of it? So yeah, the only thing I would consider was yeah, Warframe drops as well. God, I've not played Warframe for ages. Yeah, so it would only be to multi-stream. That would mean I'd kind of be streaming on YouTube and Twitch at the same time, and kind of hoping that we match it all together. Anyway, back to the build after that little swap and chat about streaming platforms and stuff. Once again, continuing to build our color palette, our texture palette, and all of the other sort of stuff that we're playing. But I think this is looking really nice. Sorry we're using scaviolas once again, but, you know, why change the habit of a lifetime, eh? Let's put some nice big tree ferns in here, though, just to break it up a little bit. Or maybe a smaller one. Oh, that curved one's really nice because it curves into the habitat. So we put that one down, and then these little small stumpy ones we can loop further into the habitat. But that's looking good. Put this one in at an angle, and again we can put some of these tropical leaf litter pieces down as well, which are really nice. It's a shame that they're not flexicolor. Oh, do you know what? I love simple shooters. They're my favourites. I was playing one the other week that was like, it's called Forgive Me Father, and I got it on Humble. It's like a little indie game, and it's set in like a Lovecraftian universe. Oh, Call of Juarez! Yes, what a great game. Call of Juarez is amazing. Such a good game. And that's a simple shooter, actually. So, yeah, if you're looking for a simple shooter, I might actually have a spare Humble key for that. I might have a spare Humble key for it. Pandy, I'll have a look, and if I have a spare key, I'll send you it, because it's well worth a go. Forgive Me Father I picked up on Humble, and that was really cool. We could actually maybe play a little bit of that at some point, just to break this up a little bit. I'll probably need to do something to wind down. Maybe a bit of Terra Nil later on, but I wasn't planning on playing anything other than Planet Zoo tonight. Oh, thank you, Nikki. Yes. The roots are my favourite thing in the game. Roots, scaviola bushes, all of that sort of stuff. I really like using because of the kind of the texture of them and the way they fit in with environments. Like, the roots are so easy. You don't have to sink in a whole thing into an environment. You can just have one root sticking out, and the way they kind of meld and merge with habitats is incredible. Same with that scaviola bush I'll talk about all the time, because it's got such a nice texture to it, and the way that you can merge them in with other parts of a habitat and other pieces of foliage is a lot of fun. Okay, right, I'll queue up a bit of Forgive Me Father later on, just to give us a little bit of a break. But that's also a simple shooter. It's very much like Doom, not the new Doom, the like original Doom. And it's got that, like, you know, it's a bit fast paced, but it's quite forgiving, and you're timed as you go through the level, and then you unlock new weapons and stuff. And yeah, it's really cool. I really liked it. I never finished it, but Call of Juarez as well is well worth a look. Generally, I'm terrible at first-person shooters. So when I find one that I really like, I do have to praise it. I liked the Zombie Army trilogy as well. I thought that was a lot of fun. But yeah, I'm not great with horror games, even though I really like to play them. I'm really terrible at them. I get too scared. But if you would like a horror stream, I'll play some horror games. If you want to, if you want to hear me jump out my seat and scream or something, then yes, I'm always up for requests. So I don't just play this sort of stuff. It just happens to be what I landed on for being chilled out and relaxed. So, but I'm always open to suggestions. Oh God, why do I put myself forward for these things? Yeah, I will. I'm hoping at some point to play Left 4 Dead with Anna on stream at some point. If we can make it work, I'd love to get involved in that. So Left 4 Dead was a really cool game. I really enjoyed that. And Dead Island, of which we're getting new stuff. Oh, Amnesia. I have all of the Amnesia games. I played the first one, and I was so scared I never went back to them. Yeah, I couldn't do it. Outlast. I've got both the Outlast games. I never finished them. I think I got to the first bit where you're running and hiding. I was like, nope, not doing this. The only one I've kind of stuck out, which was regularly appearing on the channel but has taken a long break, was Chernobylite, and that was because it had a really cool like base building element to it as well. And that was kind of like, if you liked Stalker, Shadow of Chernobyl or anything like that, classic games, it was like that. You go back to the zone looking for your girlfriend or fiance, and the zone is totally different. And the recreation of Chernobyl that they've done, I mean, the game devs, they're called the Farm 51. They actually went to Chernobyl and mapped out the whole area using live photographs taken, and then satellite imagery, all sorts. And honestly, the attention to detail in that game, it was my favorite game of last year. I still haven't finished it because it's part of the channel, and I do want to revisit it and go back to it. But yeah, honestly, the effort they went to, they've got a lot of dev diaries up on their YouTube channel at the moment that are worth checking out. The stuff that they've done to create that game, my word, it's impressive. And I think it's one of those things where if you want to kind of introduce somebody to how thorough indie developers kind of can be, show them that game. And like kind of bring indie developers to light, show them that game, because my God, the stuff that they did to create that game is so impressive. And I guess you can say the same about Planet Zoo, you know, like what they did to make this, really, like the research and the effort that they've put in to create it is incredibly impressive. So I dropped a coastal mangrove in there. I don't know if that's going to stay, but we are getting somewhere with this. I think we've probably got about 10 minutes left in us for Planet Zoo. It's starting to come together, but you can see the amount of time it's going to take. So I think what I'll probably do is, off camera, I'm going to finish this back wall section. But for now, I think we need to do something underwater before we finish, because this is garish and I don't like it. So we're going to make a couple of adjustments here. We know that they've got quite a bit of deep water here that we can work out. So we're going to start filling in little bits here and there and create some shallows. And then they'll kind of filter down into a deeper area, which will be where our guests can see in. And obviously we've got to put in some foliage underwater too. Oh, I totally agree, Georgia. I mean, the pathing system and a lot of the systems that are kind of present in the Frontier engine, I'm not a fan of. but the level of detail with animals and how they create them, what they do with the behaviors and stuff is amazing. Yep, Pandy, totally right. It's a very, very impressive game, and they've done some amazing stuff to kind of bring everything to life, despite the frustrations that we all feel with just wanting to create a simple path and then running into several hundred issues as you're trying to build. But yeah, you can't fault the effort. And one of the things that I've really enjoyed a lot about Planet Zoo... Oh, I've done that thing again, haven't I? We've got... if you're ever trying to build underwater and you find that your rocks are nowhere to be seen, it's probably because you've got align to water put on, which actually aligns the rock to the surface of the water. Just a little tip for you there. And I speak about that from experience because I do it all the time. The other thing that I really like about Planet Zoo is the actual community. Like the devs and... yeah, Rockwork definitely intensified there, didn't it? I totally switched off. The devs, like the regular streams and stuff, the way that they announce new stuff coming out, the team there do an amazing job. Right, as long as it's not sticking out of the wall there, I think that's going to be a good place to end that. There we have it. And then we'll just peek out a little bit. And sink down into the ground. Okay, so we've got like a little bit of a shallower end there. And then over here, we'll move this up. And again, we'll just have it step through. Yep. You're absolutely right, Pandy. I've seen a lot of criticism for The Sims 4 lately. I don't even know what it's about because I can't decipher what anybody is talking about and why they're so frustrated at the moment. But when you think about The Sims and how long that franchise has been running for, and especially The Sims 4, like the longevity that that game has had, I mean, you know, you can discount whatever EA is like as a company and how they've kind of flogged that horse so many times. I don't think there's any horse left. But, you know, good work from the community and the people involved in that game. the less said about the publishers, the better. But, you know, the game itself is, you know, it's a work of art. I mean, really, the way you look at it. And then even before The Sims 4 was out, The Sims 3 still had players. You got The Sims 1. The base game has like an online following that is huge still. And like with people like Spiffing Brit, Ambiguous Amphibian, Call Me Kevin and all of that, still playing it for like little challenge modes and stuff, is just mightily impressive. I've lost some of my UI somehow. I can't see my... I think I've been seeing a lot of reels and stuff on Instagram that are kind of like reminiscent of finishing school in the year 2007 or something, when you get home from and it's always, you get home, you log on to MSN to talk to your friends, and then you boot up The Sims 1 with all of the expansions, and it's so relatable. Yeah, go for it. Whatever you want to say it. I don't mind like mentioning other channels and stuff, as long as it's not directly promoting them. That's not a problem. I talk about a lot of other channels as well while I'm here, so I think it would be unfair of me to stop other people doing so. As long as you aren't coming in here to directly promote someone else's stream or someone else's channel, that is absolutely fine. If you would like me to check out another channel and promote it on stream, do let me know, because I am always willing to do that. Again, this community isn't about me and just me. It's not the kind of person I am, so... Just as a side note, I know you just asked a simple question, Diz, but I do want to elaborate on that. Anybody wants to promote anybody else's channel or any other stream, just let me know. I'll think about it. If they're kind of the same vibe as what I put out, I don't see why we can't share viewership. You know, like Anna. If you do happen to see Anna from the Shire around... She streams on Twitch. If you have a Twitch account and do want to drop into one of her streams, she's chaotic, but her streams are a lot of fun. And I'm hoping to be involved in a few of them myself at some point. Right, so that is the basic kind of underwater rock work put in place for our dive pool. And that looks a lot better than what it did when we first started. He is an absolute military genius. And yes, our one and only true god, Jim Pickens. Right. I think it's probably time to leave it there for Planet Zoo. Because, my god, 2 hours of Planet Zoo. Oof. Especially when you're just kind of focusing so much on one build. Right. Now then, my friends, we want to play some FPS or something. I'll tell you what we'll do. Let me just go back to just chatting a second. I'm going to just leave Planet Zoo there for now and just end my recording, because, like I said, we're going to be doing some other stuff at some other point. Now, I will show you my screen in a moment. Oh wow, they showed you. Oh wow, congrats, Diz. That's really cool. I watch Game. I've not watched a Game Ranks video for a long time, actually. Put the video in the Discord. I'll go now. I'll go take a look at it. That's really cool. I'm really glad that happened. Congratulations. Yeah, since I discovered Triple Jump. And Triple Jump Studios are near to me. So they're part. They work a lot with What Culture. What Culture. I think What Culture and Game Ranks are linked, or were linked at some point. But What Culture do a lot of gaming content, wrestling content, all of that sort of stuff. And they work with Triple Jump a few times every now and then. And Triple Jump, their studio is in Newcastle, which is near where I live, and they do a lot of stuff that's quite similar to Game Ranks. So I started watching them, and I just kind of forgot about Game Ranks. Right, we're gonna go over to. So the thing I always need to be careful of is copyright infringement in terms of soundtracks. So I am going to show you, we're going to go back to here because this should show you my desktop. There we go. Right, so what do I have at the moment? We have, I'm not installing a new game because we're going to be waiting a while for that. So we can do Metro. Now, Metro I've not played for a long time. Metro's there. We have, so Forgive Me Father. Yeah, YouTube is heckin' strict. You're absolutely right. Maybe we just do some Forgive Me Father. Evil West. Did anyone play Evil West? It's not a FPS, but it's such a cool game. I'd recommend that. Okay, well, I think that's it. Forgive Me Father by the looks of things, guys. We want to play some Lovecraftian style Doom-esque shooter. Or if you spot anything else in there that's already installed, do let me know. But I won't show you my entire Steam library because it's crazy. There's a lot in there. Yeah, I loved Evil West. It was cheesy as hell, but I never. I'm almost finished it. But right, okay. Forgive Me, Father. It is, and I think we're okay on this with it being an indie game, but we'll work that out. Right, we'll take a brief intermission and then we'll play some Forgive Me, Father. Okay. Right, we are back. Now then. Let me plug in a controller and then we can get started. Now, I'll start a new game so you guys get the kind of story of it. But this game is a lot of fun. I'm just messing around down here, plugging in a controller so I can... We did it. All right. Now then. Right. So, forgive me, Father. We'll start a new game because I want you guys to kind of see what the story is. Now, we can play as a priest or a journalist. I'm going to play as the priest because it's a slower, more defensive play style. I'll leave the difficulty on normal, and then we'll go with yeah, that's good. So, are we ready? This is fun. This was unexpected, so I'm quite glad that this is happening. All right.
He asked for your help. He asked for your arrival. Chaotic contents of the letter. Missing people. Tag. Strange voices. Cousin Lou's request for help could not remain unanswered.
That's exactly it, Pandy. Exactly it.
Without hesitation.
You might get some. You're probably going to get some feedback from the desktop audio coming through the mic. If that is the case and it is distracting, please let me know and I'll try and do something about it.
You got there soon enough. You noticed that the locals were quick to leave this place. You felt observed. This is where you were supposed to meet your cousin. However,
Oh, that's good, Pandy. That's what got me about this game, the art style. I think it's incredible. It's so good.
after a while, there was a knock on the door.
All right, here we go. I love this. The comic book, the comic book art style is incredible. And like you get all of these, you know, you saw the knock at the door then, we had a knock knock, and now we've got this. Right, okay. A weapon. We got a gun. Shoot by pressing the gamepad right trigger. You can switch between your weapons with your mouse wheel or number wheels, blah blah blah. So we've got some story items here, but there's a knock on the door. Oh, you can't hear the game. Let me oh, that's my fault. Hang on. Let me just Can you hear the game now? And is that too loud? That's probably far too loud. Let me just adjust that and bring that down so that I'm not competing with it so much. There. Is that any better? See if George has got the game now. Right, so we've got some story parts here. Okay, right. So, circumstances forced me to do it. Should I do a voice? Yeah, that was I did pull it up a little bit too much there. So we'll leave it around about there. I think that's pretty good. Right, so do a voice. Okay, Dr. Sullivan then. Dear Mr. Martin, circumstances forced me to undertake decisive steps. Fortunately, as a result, old Murphy started to talk. We need another consultation from your side to understand something from his jabber. Please, come to the hospital as soon as you can. I've notified the sheriff as well. Dr. Sullivan. Okay, there we go. We've got a bit of story there. I'm not doing this for every story bit.
Fallen aces.
And there we go. Right, fallen aces.
Dormants is written here in blood.
Dormants written in blood. And then... So, Louis Martin, the Antiquary. Pennywise Railroad Company ticket. Looks like he was trying to leave. And then more story stuff over here, which is a load of letters. Awakening doors, come back, new day. And then a lot of different handwritten notes and stuff. But we need to answer the door. Here we go. Boom. Right. So, in the lower right hand corner of the screen we have a madness bar which is filled up by killing enemies and drinking alcohol in the game. The higher the madness, the more damage you deal and the less damage we receive.
Did I just kill a man? Forgive me, Father.
Okay, so we need a red key for this door. And a red key for that door. There's another story bit here. Tales of the Deep Volume 1, Legends Making a Sea, Dogs Blood Boil, Fire and Water, Mermaid Hunt, Gone with the Wave, The Lord of the Sea.
I don't have time for fairy tales when such monstrosities happen around.
Red rum? Yes, going mad is a good thing. Big boom. We got our key. And another story section. So, the citizens here have been murdered by a mysterious assailant, and they think the beast of Pestisville has settled in the surrounding forest and hunts for people and cattle. It looks like a three-headed dragon or sea lion. It's our job to unravel the mystery. Now, we can, like, shoot all of this stuff, but we don't need to. There is a way to change our weapon, but I can't remember. There we go. Right, so we can use the knife. I mean, why you would want to use the knife, I don't know, but it's not too bad. Now, we're going to go back and look at where we use the keys, because this was a red one. I think that killed them all. Oh, big booms, right. I missed every one of them there. New weapon, a shotgun. Ah, beautiful. Yes. Oh yeah. Right. So we got our shotgun. So it's very fast paced. You can see by the movement and stuff and the way you can drift and strafe and stuff. What was that? Oh! God! Right, there was another... Was there a door somewhere that I've missed? I don't... Oh, I'm a bit lost. Do we have a map? Right, so we've got secrets to unlock as well. And stories to open. And then obviously you get like a little bit of a timer as well on the level, so it's very, very, very Doom-like. I've done the 2 red doors. That one and that one. And then here it looks like we've got... Oh. Watch your back, kid. Ooh. I just shot the head out of his hand. Right. Yellow key. Save point. Oh. Is that it? Is there more? Yeah, the music. Ooh. God, there's more of them. Come back in here. Come on. There, that's what we want. You can go as well. What was that? Oh, the fire? Ooh. Right. So, what's this then? Easy way out.
I should run away as well.
We don't take the easy way out here. Were they carrying fish? I think they were. Okay, we're gonna have a quick loop round and just see what the easy way out looks like.
So this is what hell looks like.
What is going on? I don't think that was the easy way out.
Did it happen for real?
What? What was that? I don't know what happened. So that wasn't the easy way out? So we picked up a lamp. Okay, so the lamp will light the way. Left trigger.
I should shed some light on this dark place.
Okay. But we can't use the lamp while... Ugh. Yeah, it did, Wolfie. I was spinning out a little bit. I felt like I was as well. Right. Whoa, here we go. Whoa. Did feel nice jumping into them, didn't it? And then we finished the level. So now, because we somehow managed to back out of that psychotic area, we didn't kill everything. or destroy all of the barrels, or unlock the secret, and we missed a story thing, but we didn't do too badly. So let's move on to the next level, where we're going to start seeing some new enemies and stuff. So I've played most of the story through, but I wanted to start again so you guys kind of get to grips with what the game is like. But it does get a lot more difficult. So we're going to head down here.
More otherworldly
Straight away,
demons.
we've got this guy who has a ranged
Dormant
attack,
evil wakes up at night.
which isn't fun.
I need to head towards the seashore.
So we need to head towards the seashore. And these are some sort of dates. Dates that people stayed at the Drunken Sailor Inn. Louis Martin is the guy that we're looking for. Only problem is I don't know what day it is in the game right now. So the taming right. Lots of weird things happening right now about animal sacrifice and rituals and stuff. So let's just dive into it. Oof. Yeah, them shooting back is not fun. Now I remember this level being quite difficult when I first played it, so we're going to have to tread carefully. Oh, for stuff like that. And we have a level up. So, we have a little bit of a skill tree here. So we can have a fast shooting gun with increased firing speed, maintaining accurate shots, or we can double the gun. It's less accurate, but we can be a old gunslinger. We can improve our knife with throwing knives or more damage, and then the shotgun sounds pretty good, or gun hijacked by bouncy bullets. Then we've got better ammo pouch. Gain experience faster. Now this is what I'm going to take so that I can level up quicker. So we'll take that one to begin with, and then hopefully we'll level up a lot quicker. And then we'll maybe take the... Now last time I took the two revolvers together because I like to be a gunslinger. So I might go different next time. Oh!
Another devilish trick.
That wasn't a barrel. That was the quick reaction. So there's a curfew in place. People can't leave the houses. I'm just going to blow this barrel up for the hell of it. I bet I need that in a second. Yep, definitely could have done with a barrel. I'm also out of ammo for the revolver. Right in the face.
I have shivers thinking about the horror
God.
hiding in these fumes.
Whoa. Whoa. I'm actually leaning in real life as well. Oh. Oh no. His torso is coming after me. Right, we got him. There's another one somewhere. Yeah, there's him. And him. And him. Is that his hat? Oh, he left his hat behind. And a TARDIS. What was that? Oh my word. Right, okay. That was unexpected. What do we got here then?
What kind of plague is this?
Oof, wow.
Southern cigarettes. You do not expect to see them in these parts.
Yeah, yeah. The art style. Oh, it does make it difficult because it's almost like they're like cardboard cutouts. So if you aren't looking at them straight on, you'd never know they were there. I need to be very careful with my health here. Ooh! Did I get them both? And some health. Whew. Oh. Yeah. The demons and beasts and weird things coming after him? Nah. The fact that there's southern cigarettes in this place. Tell me you're a trap without telling me you're a trap. Right. Should we just get this started, eh? There's armor, health, ammo, and a key. Yes. Health is low. Oh. Wow. Okay. The health bar being in the bottom left is so small. It makes it very difficult. Right. It's a shame there's not like a little dodge or something as well. Ooh, keep moving. Bang. Right, you lot. Come on then. Waste of a barrel. Headshot. That's one down. Bang. 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 Is there another one? Or was that it? Oh, hello. And a level up, which is really good. I'm out of ammo in the shotgun. Oh my god. I'm gonna die. Ooh. Oh. Whew. We did it, but we don't have a lot of health left. All right then, we're gonna need to do something else. What can we just do this again? I think we need something. I'm gonna go with this weapon instead. So just to see what it's like. I know that was crazy. That. Oh. Right. Oh. Anne Martin. Okay, that's a new one.
Dear cousin, I still
Oh,
hope
that's
to
his cousin.
find you alive.
Right, we killed every single enemy. Well done us. We destroyed the 3 barrels. We didn't find a secret. And we missed one story bit, but much better than our last attempt. Wow. Yeah, so it gets intense. It gets quite hectic. But it is a lot of fun to play, and like when the music kicks in and stuff. Preach the glory of the Lord of Eternity together. No, you're all right. But so the cross, we regain our health, but it costs madness points. So we can increase our madness and then exchange that madness for more health, which is really cool. Yeah, so that's, you know, we have a skill wheel here using the D-pad, and that's about it. But I know Oh, okay, that is good. That's a very good fire rate. Got him. Right. Oh, I do like that. Yeah, that's cool. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, nah, I'll pass on that. No preaching. Alright. So, what's this all about then? Missing people. Anything else in here that I've missed? I thought that was a banana. Oh, hello. I don't like that when you kill those guys, they then decide that they're going to come back. Oh, a rat. Liquidator over there on the left. Oh, and another one there. And another one there. Oh my god. Oh, it's all kicking off now. Oh, I'm nearly dead. This isn't good. I'm gonna have to play it a little bit more tactical on. That's one down. I missed the missing people. Very good, Pandy. Wolfie, well done, well done. But yes, it does have I do like this. There's a very good rate of fire on this. Pew, pew, pew. What are you doing here? Go away. Leave me alone. Right, we'll kill this guy first. There we go, he's down. Got him.
I have to be careful.
Why do we have to be careful? Oh, here we go. That's why we have to be careful. Down you go, sir. Right, now, there's one up there. He's down. Good. Next up. Who wants some? Oh, hello. Armor. Yes.
It is heavy, but it is worth it.
Okay.
Rest in peace that you didn't experience before your death. Who's going to bring the order now?
Ooh. Something's coming after me. I don't know what it is. It's one of those fat guys, isn't it? There he is. And we're healing. Woo. Okay, we didn't heal by much, but we healed.
Did I see a closed door here?
Ow! What's going on? Ooh, zombies! Right, okay. Now, just let things... Where are you all coming from? Just give me a break for 2 seconds, please. Ow! Ah, too much pew-pewing. Boom, boom. A new weapon.
Something quick firing may be useful to deal with these vermin.
Ooh. This looks tasty. Right, okay, so first things first. Did I get that story node? I did. Right, okay. Hello, sir. He's very, How is this guy saving me? Yeah. Owie. Oh. I mean, it doesn't do a lot of damage, but it's fun to watch. Oh my god. That one went down and then another one was just behind it. Right, okay, I've got to level up. Right, let's level up. Better pew pew. Shotgun. More bullets per shot. And increased damage. Or do we take on... I'm gonna... Yeah, more ammo for now.
If I'm going to survive this, I need to
Oh, hello
stockpile
you
my
lot. Where did
bullets.
you come from? Okay, we've got some... Lots of hell seems to be breaking loose. Is there one at the top of the stairs? Because... Well, this doesn't look suspicious at all. Do we push the big red button? Come on.
Do you know who I am?
I don't know why I chose to go back to... I've fallen down. We got a key. Oh, I enjoyed pushing the big red button. That was a lot of fun. The stresses of your day just evaporate when you're faced with... Oh, come on. That's what you throw at me after that? Oh. We blew up that weird container on his back and... I'm out of ammo. I don't think that wretch was naked. Let's heal. Okay. Are they balloons in there? They're balloons. There's balloons in there. You're all talking about an election, but spur somebody, shall we? There we go. Oh, more here. I got an achievement. You can't. The achievement's called "No Fun Allowed." That was good. That was good. The music's escalating and I don't really like it. Now, yeah, this is the only door, so it looks like we're going through.
I still remember the smell of whiskey. Someone was
I love the music.
alcohol
The music's top. Came here for Planet Zoo, I'm so sorry. We dead. Someone came here to watch a chilled out Planet Zoo stream. And what they're getting is... Oh dear. Right, okay, we're going to try that a little bit more organised this time. Oh, wait. Making me do this part of the level again? Oh my god, it is. Wow. I should have saved at the checkpoint before I did that. Well, at least we get to do the nice metal part again. Yeah, actually, I better change. Better change it from Cosy stream to something else. Right, we know what's coming up, guys. So let's just hit the switch. Oh, there's still one. Bang. Down he goes. Okay, now we got to remember when we go downstairs, there's more of them, isn't there?
I am getting too old for this.
You got another film reference there? Right, now we're going to save again. There we go. Right, now we get back outside. I know I got the achievement, but you still can't have a party in here. Do you not know? You don't know what's happening outside. Right. Just gonna read a story before we carry on, eh?
I still remember the smell of whiskey. Someone
Right
was
then.
involved in the illegal alcohol trade.
Just take it slow.
The whole city is defiled by this terrible disease. I hope the roofs are safer.
Oh, a secret. Right. Yeah, exactly. Mimic barrels, evil barrels. There's something getting smashed in here, but we've got to level up, so we are gonna now then. Increased damage, precision, accuracy. Last time I took the energy one, but this time I'm just gonna keep
I
it with this.
lubricated the mechanism inside. It should work much better.
Oh, that does work much better. Well done. Right. We got a key.
Making progress.
And I think oh god. I think this might be it. I think we might be done.
Wounds.
It's just that door there, and I think that's the end of it. So, well, not the end, but the next area. Oh, it is. Finish level. There's one enemy still alive somewhere. Right. 10 minutes. What can we do? Let's get this last one done, and then I think we'll call it for the night. We're on the rooftops now. Oh, look at this one. That was fun.
Keep calm. Just don't look down.
That's easier said than done, really. Oh, hello. Whew. It's hard to work out where we need to go and what we need to do now. Ow. Whoa, hello. Ah, honestly. Good, good. It's worth getting. It's surprised me. It definitely surprised me. Ooh, yes, good. Right, drop down. Is that him? Freezes enemies. What do we do? Hit them with a broom.
Holy water will wash the evil down.
Okay, this is obviously some sort of boss room or room with waves of enemies that we're going to have to deal with. I'm not going to drop down there yet. We just want to have a quick look around here, just a little scout. See what else we've got to deal with. We're running out of ammo for pretty much everything, so... Someone's... Oh, spotted me. There we are, these guys. Stabby, stabby. Oh, God! Right. Okay, so we've cleared that room. We've got a key. And there's more enemies.
It is not over yet.
Trying not to take out any of the barrels because inevitably... Whew. I mean, there's a lot of similarities, Pandy. Like, it is very, very similar. You can see the inspiration has come from Doom. And then they've mixed in this Cthulhu-style storyline. Oh my God. We did it.
This place poisons my mind.
Can it stop now? Key, yes, ammo, health. And then back into this area, which is now full of beasties again. Whew. Yeah, we didn't. We're just getting... Now. Okay, so it does freeze them, which is pretty cool. Useful, good to know. Now, can we get up to that? Ah, we can.
This will save my life someday.
Now. Damn it, those mimic barrels. Okay.
This will do for now.
Well, I'm quite surprised that there was no, like, big boss area with loads of action music there. Oh, God. Oh! I hate it. I hate it so much. Ooh, I like that. But we've got a save point
Setbacks are fleet.
and a level up. So the gun that we've just explosive grenades. We'll take the grenades.
I will succeed.
Had to be done, didn't it? We get a grenade launcher, you've got to use it the first time. Boom, boom. That's them dead. Another one there. Another one up top. Got him. Got him. Now we've got some music. Got him. Round. Take him down. Nice. Move. Is he coming for me now? Go, down he goes. Health. Boom. Boom. Oh. Why would you put a barrel there? Why would you do that? Honestly. Okay. Now, I think I just drank some alcohol or something, but it's... tight corridor. Oh. Not enjoying it. Whew. Armor, excellent. More health.
There's never enough of it.
Christmas present for the parish. Mahoney increases municipal grants. I don't know what that's all about, but here. They sound like toy dinosaurs, they do. There's something. They're up there, aren't they? Well, I killed something, I just don't know what it was. Now, I'm shooting all of the barrels, just, you know. Why not? Get that armor. Down he goes, nice. Oh, it's my save guy. Well, guys, I think this might be the finish, but
Silence is very concerning.
can you guess what's about to happen?
Do your worst.
Here we go.
God.
Oh, God. Where's my holy water? I fell off. Damn it. The music was good. We're going to try that again. We got our checkpoint, guys, so that's fine. We'll just we'll push through and go again. Right, this time, let's not fall off the edge,
This
eh?
silence is very concerning.
Come on then, you lot. Right. First guy is down. They're the ones we need to watch out for, the liquidators. The rest of them we can pretty much deal with. So we'll just keep running around to try and stack them up and get them kited. And then take them down bit by bit. There we go. Nice. Missed. Damn. Where is he? There's
Go to hell and never come back.
Yeah. That was good.
There's deer antlers next to the message resurgence.
Okay, there we go. Right. So, that was Forgive Me, Father. We're gonna say goodnight. But yeah, it was quite good. I'm glad you guys requested that. It was quite fun to revisit that. It's been a while since I played it, but it's such a fun game. I would thoroughly recommend it, honestly. It's just a very, very good game. Once the music kicks in and you really get into it, it's very much Doom-like. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. Right, guys, I will see you all next time for whatever the hell we do next. Thursday we're going to do a little bit more 2 Point Campus, making a springtime themed campus because there's currently a community contest on for designing the best springtime themed campus. So that's what we're going to be doing on Thursday, and then we'll kick back with God knows what you guys request. Yeah, if there's anything you kind of want to suggest, fire away. But thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.